Hello everyone, this is KK Mathematics, the solution to your mathematics. Today we'll solve one of the past questions, and the question tells us that given A and B are two sets, and the number of elements in U, which is the universal set, is 36, and we'll be given the number of B equals 21, and the number of elements in A intersection B equals 8. And then the number of elements in A complement is equal to 18. A. We're being told to complete the Venn diagram to show the number of elements in each region of the Venn diagram. Okay, so we've been given this Venn diagram. Okay, so this is a past question, and we've been given this Venn diagram, and we've been also told that in B we are to find the number of elements in A union B. And the next thing is for us to find the number of elements in A intersection B complement here. Let's solve the solution. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we noticed that in this particular question we were not given number of elements in A, so let's denote that to be X. Okay, and in the question we've been told to complete the Venn diagram to show the number of elements in each region of the Venn diagram. So let's consider bringing the Venn diagram. So in bringing the Venn diagram here, let's fill in, as the question says, complete the Venn diagram and show the number of elements in each region of the Venn diagram. Okay, so we've been considering this, which is the number of elements in A and number of elements in B. Okay, we know that number of elements in A equals X. Okay, yes, and that is denoted, that's written here. Okay, we have number of elements in B to be equal to 21. Now, in the question, we'll be told that number of elements in A intersection B equals 8, and that's here. Okay, and since the number of elements in A is X, okay, now this part, okay, as you see on the screen, happens to be A only, and of course, if you are given a full pizza and a portion of it is taken from it, of course you are not going to have your pizza won't still be a full pizza. It's going to be a portion of it left. Okay, and so in that case, that it means that if this portion, as you see on your screen, the illustrator is taken off, we'll be left with x minus 8, and that is A only. Okay, and in the question here, one thing we need to know, we have to note here is that we were given number of elements in 21 in B equals 21, and so in finding the B only, we then subtract 8 out of 21, and that gives us 13. Now, so from the question here, we know that number of elements in A complement equals 18. So that being said, okay, number of elements in A complement. Okay, we know A complement. A complements are elements. A complement are elements that are not in A but can be found in what the universal set. So we know that this part, this place, this region, that region, this region, and this region, they all sums up to what the universal set. So that being said, A complement is this portion, that's B only. So if we take A out, okay, notice we said A complements are elements that are not in A. So elements that are not in A. So if we take A off, okay, you notice that we'll be left with this part. Okay, this part, as you see illustrated on your screen here, we'll be left with this part. Okay, now this part, we'll be left with this part and this part. So a complement is going to contain elements in this section and elements in that section. Do you understand that? So that being said, we then write that number of elements in the A complement equals what? B only, as we said. So this part, this region, and that region. So number of elements in B only plus number of elements in A union B all complemented, and that is this side. Okay. So with this information, we can then use this information to find the number of elements in A union B all complementary. That's this side. Okay, and so in finding that, make that the subject, and we'll have this expression here. So we substitute the values, and we'll have 18 minus 13 be equal to 5. Now, so we have our 5 here, as you see on your screen here. So the next thing we have to consider is the sum of values in the Venn diagram. Now, it's important for us to find the x. Okay. Now, this question is it's an indirect question. There's a need for us to find all the values in the regions first before we then move ahead to find the number of elements in A union B or the C. Okay, so we know that all the sum of all the values in the Venn diagram equals what number of elements in the universal set. Okay, so but that being said, we sum everything we have in the Venn diagram with the exception of this and that. Okay, so we have x minus 8 as you've seen on your screen here, plus 8, that's plus 8, this 8, plus what, the 13, plus this 5, and this is equated to that 6. And that's what we've done here as you see on your screen. And so we know minus 8 plus 8 cancels each other, and we'll be left with 13 plus 5, and 13 plus 5 gives us 18. So making x the subject, we'll have 36 minus 18, and this equals 18. Okay, so therefore we can then conclude the number of elements in A equals 18. So we found our number of elements in A. So we can then substitute 18 here. So we have 18 minus 8, and that will lead to our result 10. Okay, as you see on your screen. Now, B. In the question, we're told to find number of elements in A union B. Now, number of elements in A union B equals, now, in any question you come across, it can be rephrased as number of elements in A or B, and that's what you see on your screen, and that's equal to, okay, now A or B means that what? Those are found here, and the, the 2 circles. Okay, we are going to find sum all the values in the 2 circles. Okay, so we have 10 plus 8 plus 13, and this equals 31. And the last one here, number of elements in A intersection B complement. Okay, as you see on your screen, we've been told is equal to. Now this also can be written as number of elements in A and B complement, and this is equal to number of elements in A only. So we know that A, okay, this is A, this whole portion is A, and B complement are elements that are, now B complement are elements that are not in B. So if you take this whole B out of this of this part, if we take this ring off, what actually happens is that we'll be left with A only, which is this part, and that part. Okay, so that will be B only. So B only is going to contain this part and that part. However, the question says A and B, which is A intersection B, which is the common thing that exists between A and B complement, A and B complement, and that's what's the common thing? That common thing is A only, and so that's what we have here. And so we found our value, which is 10, and that brings us to the conclusion of today's lesson. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please remember to subscribe, like, and share. Tell others to subscribe. Bye. This is KK Mathematics, the solution to your mathematics. Bye.